Do you want a rad new trash t-shirt? Well, head over to the Gastlecast shop on Teespring and buy yours today. We can promise you one thing, dude. It's trash! It's trash! Hey, everybody, what's happening? Happy Sunday night to you all. We have a special guest tonight who is a regular guest, but still special nonetheless.
You know me. It's Sensei Jason. And look, I'm here today because you dorks need to get tough. You need to learn how to fight. You understand me? Sorry, I'm really getting into this whole Kobra Kai thing.
I
can
really
tell.
like it. I think that should be your normal persona.
What, the headband is Sensei Jason?
Yeah, and I think you need to call everybody dorks.
Yeah. Quiet! Okay.
So
it's my favorite.
I take it that you like the Kobra Kai show?
I don't know what that is. What is it?
Oh, you don't
I've
know
never
what
heard
Kobra
of
Kai
it.
is?
I've never heard about it. I just saw it was one of these hash browns on the internet. Yes, I love the Kobra Kai show. I think it's the best. We just had our the signature series this weekend. It's sold out, and there was a lot of William Zabka, so it was exciting. And because I think William Zabka on that show is probably the best thing about it. He gets all the best lines, and everything that he does is just the best. He's simply the best. Better than all the rest. Yeah, it's true.
Please don't sing again.
Sorry.
It even got me to go back and rewatch all the old Karate Kid movies again. I'd seen the first one a whole bunch of times, but I went back and rewatched the second one. And right before we went on here, I was finishing up Karate Kid 3, and oh boy, that one.
Yeah, so it's funny. You're mentioning Karate Kid, and I watched all of the films before the Karate Kid series came to Netflix to catch myself up. And I hadn't watched Karate Kid since I was a kid. I watched the first one a couple of times, I remember, as a kid. But the second one, for whatever reason, they would play it at school all the time. So I've seen it at elementary school probably like 4 or 5 times. No kidding. No, and it wasn't always the entire film either. It was only like half of it.
It was just they wanted you to hear Peter Cetera's the glory of love.
Yes, exactly. So the third one, I don't think I had ever watched. So watching it, I remember wondering what happened. Because the first 2 movies were really well done. The second film was a little off the rails, sort of, in my opinion. But the third one was totally off the rails, and the villain was just so over the top. In my head, I was picturing it as not even a part of the series. I pictured just 1 and 2 being the Karate Kid series and number 3 being a dream, sort of a deal.
It was a bad dream. It was a bad dream because Daniel-san, instead of trimming bonsai, trimmed some mushrooms into his system. He freaked out.
Well, so I read an article the other day stating that the villain from Karate Kid 3 is going to be in the next season.
I'm really hoping it's Terry Silver and not the other one. I don't think the other kid is. I don't even understand what he was there for. And he was like overly mean. Like he straight up tried to murder Daniel and his friend like several times.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, and poor Daniel, he can never keep a girl. He's just like, he fights in the first one to keep his girl, and then she's like breaks up with him after prom, and then in the second one he goes over to to Japan, and that girl, he doesn't stay with her obviously because he comes back home. And then in this one he meets another one, and right away she's just like, "Don't worry, I'm not going to be at the end of the movie. I'm not at the end of the script, so you don't have to worry about it. I have to go home to my boyfriend. We're getting back together, so we could just be friends." And he's like, "Okay, yeah, we could do that. Yeah, we could be friends. All right. I'm going to just not wear a belt and wear my jeans all the way up to my nipples. Okay."
Yeah. What was up with that? The Karate Kid was like the skinniest person I'd ever seen in my life.
It was the mom jeans kid.
Oh my God. Yeah. I forgot all about that.
The 80s were not a good time for men's jeans.
No.
But in the third one, so Terry Silver was supposed to be John Kreese's, and you see this in the third season of Cobra Kai, but John Kreese and Terry Silver were, they fought together in Vietnam, and they were like in the same camp and everything.
Right.
So they're supposed to be the same age. So in Karate Kid 3, they're supposed to be the same age, but Thomas Ian Griffin was 14 years younger than Martin Kove, who played John Kreese. And Thomas Ian Griffin was actually 2 years younger than Ralph Macchio.
Really?
Yeah, he was supposed to be playing somebody 14 years senior or more, but he was actually 2 years younger.
Interesting.
And Thomas Ian Griffin, I'm hoping by the time he gets on the next season of Cobra Kai, has taken some sort of acting lessons.
What's fascinating to me is that there's a character in Cobra Kai who is literally, of course, a Vietnam vet age, concerned about kids being the most badass in a dojo in his small town. There's just something really weird about it. And I was hoping that at some point it would turn into almost like a Fight Club sort of cell where he has a real outlandish plan. Like, for real. Like, Kreese has this plan to, like, I don't know, let's just say overthrow the town or overthrow the local government or something. Like, it all comes out that he has a real, like, agenda that is more than we ever believed it to be, instead of him just being some weirdo training all these kids how to fight and treating it as life or death. It feels like it's going in a direction, but it never actually goes in a direction. It's just Kreese like, well, you have to kick everybody's ass. And everybody's like, yeah, we're going to kick everybody's ass. But my point is, where is the end game?
Well, I think in the next season 4 is going to end with Kreese and LaRusso and Lawrence all forming together to fight the devil.
Right. Well, yeah.
There's going to be 5 dojos, and they're all going to be like, I know we have had our differences in the past, but the devil's here, and we got to go ahead and take care of him next season.
Well, I posted this week on Facebook that the Karate Kid series is basically WWE, where the heroes and villains are constantly changing. And by the end of this last season, that had changed up yet again. And to be honest with you, I feel like it's being written by like a little kid. Like, wouldn't it be awesome if this guy was the bad guy? And wouldn't it be awesome if this guy was a bad guy for a while and then he becomes a good guy? And it's like, yeah. And that's kind of like how the show is structured.
Yeah, it's WWE 90210.
Yes.
But I think the people, the showrunners and everyone who writes it has great care for these characters, that if they didn't, it would come off as not as good. I think it comes off so well because I feel like they're real fans of the franchise and these characters, especially Johnny, because Johnny gets all the best stuff. It could have just been a Johnny show, and I would have watched it. I would have watched anything with William Zabka in it now. I want to go back, and Back to School was on earlier, which could be technically when Johnny Lawrence went to college. If you think about it, like if they wanted to continue the story there. But I wonder if they're going to go ahead and make a sequel to Back to School for Netflix after this, with William Zabka's character from that, after he's disgraced in the pool, the diving championship. It's going to go back to Triple Lindy's not a legal maneuver. He won. Mellon won with using that illegal move. It's not fair.
His acting is atrocious at times, and I remember in the first 2 seasons, it was hard for me to watch every once in a while. Like I couldn't watch the screen because his acting was garbage, complete garbage. But now it's sort of grown on me a little bit, and now I'm okay with it. But at first, it was hard for me to handle it. The shitty acting that was being.
I disagree. I think he did it. I think he portrayed that character very well, and his regular voice when he talks, it almost he sounds the same, but he's a lot nicer. And from all accounts, he's a super nice guy. And the thing I also noticed, that first episode of Cobra Kai that they put out, that should be in like film schools. It should be taught how to set up a show and how to introduce characters on a path and set them up for an entire story, because it's masterfully constructed, the entire thing, because it hit all the perfect callbacks. The soundtrack for it was phenomenal, just even for that first episode, and it just brought you up to speed in case you hadn't seen all the Karate Kid movies in a while. And it just kind of took you off, and it's just like, okay, this is what the story's going to be. And it was just such a well-constructed pilot. And I think all shows should be studied, and it should be celebrated.
Well,
alcohol, I don't know what is.
You are so into Cobra Kai right now.
Quiet. Yes, I am. Can't you see? Sensei Jason's talking here.
Yeah, maybe if I was a little bit more interested in Karate Kid. In other words, if I like kind of grew up with Karate Kid and loved it as a kid, and like nowadays I'm waiting for the show to come out. Like I said, I wasn't so into it. I kind of had to catch up myself just last summer. So, or was it last summer? Whenever they brought it to Netflix. But that's
June or something.
That's a very good point also, in the fact that they decided to bring this to Netflix. Hadn't they brought this to Netflix, who knows what would have happened to Karate Kid, because it was on YouTube TV or whatever the hell their streaming service was. And
it was YouTube Red, which sounds like an adult film site.
Yeah, I signed up and was very disappointed.
There's no dongs.
Right.
Nope.
And then
not
there's no
one.
beers. There's no beers.
And not one set.
Not one. Nothing.
Nope.
Nothing.
Not one dong, not one
What are we
set.
even doing here? That's what Heather's saying.
What is happening?
Yep.
What is happening? How dare you?
Angela Harvey said about Kreese, clearly it's the All Valley Championship and then the world.
And then the world. But it's set in this little micro universe where nothing else happens but karate and no police activity except to arrest Johnny and his family.
Kagan McKenney says, the Gastlecast, Chris, for the rest... What are you doing? What are you doing?
I don't like that you're playing with a knife.
I'm just opening and closing it. For the rest of your life, you have to refer to Jason as Sensei Waterfalls. Sensei Waterfalls.
What's Sensei Waterfalls?
I was saying it in an idiot accent.
Well, look, It's part of my new dojo. It's Kobra Kai.
Kobra Kai.
Kobra Kai. And we're going to teach everyone to stop being pussies and be badasses. You going to join us right now?
I'm in.
Swoboda Kai doesn't really eat rye.
Angela Harvey says, the whole idea came from Barney on How I Met Your Mother. Did it?
Well, it was that someone on the internet had posted it, the theory that, Daniel was actually the bad guy in Karate Kid, and they did like a whole YouTube thing of it. But it did get popular with that How I Met Your Mother, and William Zabka was actually on an episode of that too. Masterfully acted, by the way.
Interesting.
But I'm waiting for them to do the internet sequel to Cuffs. I want a Cuffs TV show.
Yeah.
So there's your first Cuff reference for 2021.
Somebody mentioned what was their name? Where was it? Somebody mentioned, Jaden Smith coming into the Cobra Kai TV show in some way, but I think that was a whole other universe, I think.
Well, Will Smith's a producer on it. I think he I'm guessing that he bought the rights to it when they did that new one. But Will Smith, I saw his name in the credits, so I believe he is a producer.
Oh,
which means he's just making money off of it.
King Bob's Adventure in Collecting says Gastlefang. Yeah, Gastlefang. That's my dojo.
Eagle Fang. God, it's so when I was editing that video, I just flipped. I needed something in the background, and I couldn't take the news, so I put on season 1 of Cobra Kai, and I just blew through it again. And it's just such a damn great show. I love it.
Heather hasn't watched a single.
No, I watched 2 episodes
of Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
When?
With you, I watched the first 2 episodes
of the series, like the very first 2 episodes.
Yes.
That was in the last house, right?
I guess. I don't know.
Okay. Why? So how do you? remember that you even watched 2 episodes? Usually you fall asleep.
Well, yeah, I was disappointed when I caught you watching
Caught me watching it. I wasn't watching porn.
Did you catch Chris watching?
Yeah, he was watching like a million episodes past where I had fallen asleep, and I was really upset because I felt betrayed that he would go on without me.
Chris was watching Kobra Kai.
Kobra Kai. She said she felt betrayed for watching the show.
No, Chris does this thing where we'll start watching a show together, and I do have a really bad habit. Apparently it runs in the family. My mom used to do this. She would fall asleep while watching shit, and I fall asleep while watching shit, and Chris doesn't have the decency to be like, you know what? Heather was really enjoying this show. I'm going to turn it off since she's snoring.
How do I know that you enjoy it if you're snoring the whole time?
I told you how much I liked it.
She watches it for 3 seconds. Man, this is great. And this happens every night. So, when I want to go back and watch another episode, say, she'll fall asleep again. I learned my lesson a long time ago that I just need to just keep watching the show and finish it off. And then I go back to Heather and let her know if it's good or bad. And then she goes to watch it, and then we discuss. Meanwhile, she's sitting here acting like I'm a big a-hole for watching the show.
You are.
Yeah.
Thank you.
When I started watching it because my wife didn't have an interest in watching it. I put it on. And I got through the first 5 episodes, and I just went upstairs. And I'm just like, you got to start watching this with me right now. She's like, really? I said, no, you just got to stop it. Go now. We got to go watch it now. We have nowhere to go. Let's watch it now. And then she caught up by the next afternoon, and then we finished watching. We just kept going. Couldn't stop.
Chris would never do that for me. He's not a gentleman.
Here we go.
Yep.
As someone who's never seen any of the original Karate Kids, only seen the Jade and Jackie one, is all of this worth watching? I would suggest yes.
Yeah, you need to know the second movie for a lot of the stuff to make sense for the third season. I had forgotten a whole bunch of it. And by the way, every Karate Kid movie, Karate Kid 2 and 3, they all started with a 30-minute recap of the first movie.
Yes.
2 and 3. They were just like, oh, hey, remember the first movie, what happened there? And then the third one's just like, remember the first movie and then the beginning of the second movie, which was about the beginning of the first movie? That's something. So William Zabka gets screen time on all 3 movies with only being really in one and then the first 5 minutes of the second one.
Interesting. Do you think he got paid for both of those other films that he didn't even really star in?
I don't know.
Yeah, because in the second film, he is at the beginning, right? He's outside the crease.
In the third one, they go back to that beginning again, even quicker, and they just, they show John Kreese breaking the thing and just going, whoop, knocking my thing down there. But he picks up the thing, he just goes, there's your trophy.
Oh, look.
He does this. Here's Martin Cove. Martin Cove's always like, yeah. But he really did. When he punched that window, apparently he did cut his hand.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
So
he hurt himself.
Angela Harvey says, even my crappy husband stops the show when I fall asleep. If I stopped the show every time Heather fell asleep, I would literally, this is not no joke, I would never finish a show.
Angela.
This is the only way I can finish. So hold on, let me just one other defensive tactic.
You already said your thing.
Hold on, real quick.
Question.
Let me get this last thing out.
God damn it.
I also stay up way later than Heather. Heather falls asleep at we'll go to bed at say 10 o'clock. Heather will be in dead sleep by 10:30. I stay up until 1 o'clock in the morning almost every single night because I have a hard time sleeping. I have to watch something. So what am I going to watch? What am I going to do?
Watch Schitt's Creek like I do.
Oh my God. I've watched it so much.
Let me tell you guys what he can watch. We have Netflix. We have Vudu. We have Hulu.
Yeah, but I want to see what's
Amazon
the big. I want to see
Prime.
what's the big on the streets.
We have Disney Plus.
I want to see what's on the street.
We have
what's the scuttlebutt.
We have the paid YouTube service. We have HBO Max. What else do we have? We have fucking everything. And what do I watch? You spoiled fucking brat.
Whoa.
Excuse my language.
Wow.
That's ridiculous.
Wow. No, actually, it's for me to go to work and talk to my friends about all these different shows.
Don't act like you have friends.
Wow.
I've never met one of them.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm under attack. I'm going to need help. Can anybody send reinforcements?
Okay, serious question. Angela, this is for you, okay?
Oh, God.
If your husband is crappy, okay?
Oh, no.
And he turns it off and waits for you, what does that make Chris? That's what I want to know. Anyway,
Extra
you and
crappy.
Jason...
I'm just the worst.
You and Jason can finish your discussion while we wait for Angela's answer.
Hold on, I got a phone call.
Uh-oh.
It's my flip. Hold on, let me just get the antenna up so I can hear.
Oh, yeah,
better.
Oh,
wait, this isn't. I found this in my bathroom, by the way. It was
What?
underneath the sink. This was underneath the sink in my bathroom. I don't understand why it was there.
Is it yours?
Yeah, it was mine.
Okay.
This is what here's what I looked like before I was Sensei Jason back like 15, 20 years ago. What's that? Hold on. All right, now I can hear you better. Yeah, I got better reception because I have my antenna up. Because that makes a difference. Hold on, I'm going to text you something. I got to text you something long, so it's going to take me 7 years. Hold on. Isn't this great? But I feel like every time, like on Breaking Bad, whenever they were like,
oh, yeah.
Somewhere. It's a burner now.
I've broken a lot of flip phones by doing stuff like that. By pushing the back like a little too far. I've snapped a couple of flip phones. I'm really glad that flip phones aren't a thing anymore.
They're trying to bring them back, but with a smartphone flip phone that flips on the flat screen for some reason. Try saying that 3 times fast.
And Tombstone says Jason's burner phone. Yep, it's exactly what it is. Jason has a burner phone.
That's right. It's the only phone I can afford. Okay, here we go. We're gonna do some kicks and punches now.
So I think that the Karate Kid TV show Cobra Kai is more of a kind of like how can I say this?
Perfect. Yes, that's
no,
great.
no, not perfect. It's like
beyond perfect. You're right.
No, not beyond perfect.
Okay, everything.
No, it's like it's like a catchy song. It's like a catchy song.
Like Gloria
So
Love.
I can
by
understand.
Peter Cetera.
I could understand how a lot of people could fall in love with the show, but me personally, like I think the show is okay, but I'm not like over the top about the show. I don't think it's the greatest thing that's ever happened. It doesn't blow me away. It's fun to watch. Again, like a popular song. It's fun to watch. I enjoy it, but that's I don't know. You are like way over the top about this show.
What I want to tell you, Chris, is quiet. That's it.
I am excited to see.
The internet.
I'm excited to see by the end of next season to find out who the new villain is, because it appears that I have a feeling that everybody will be going against the guy with the ponytail. That'll be the end of next season.
Well, that's what I said. They're going to be fighting the devil, and the devil's going to be Terry Silver.
It'll be everybody versus him and his whatever his dumb dojo is. And the guy that basically had, well, you said the other villain. He was the one that had Daniel hanging off a cliff at one point, right?
Yeah, the kid. Whatever kid that they brought in, and he was just like, I want 50%. He's like, I could do 35. He's like, well, I'm leaving. And meanwhile, this guy's in the bathtub naked with some other lady there talking, trying to smoke a big cigar. And then he's just like, fine, you negotiate well, kid. 50%. That's all they did. They just laughed. It's the Crypt Keeper.
Shane Millett says, hang your head in shame. Ryan Thomas actually brings up a good point. Hilary Swank. Will Hilary Swank ever show up? He says Hilary Swank is the villain and then Jaden Smith. Good. That's actually a pretty... I think I have a feeling that Ryan's actually writing the story for the show.
It's like Scott Pilgrim and the 7 Evil Exes.
Charles Miller says, hi, Heather.
Hello, Charles.
Whoa. Okay.
If you can record that, you would have like the perfect greeting. It'll be like Alexa. It'll be like Heather Exa. Heather Alexa.
How different do you think the show would be if Mr. Miyagi, the actor, was still living and he was in the show?
Pat Morita?
Yeah.
Well, Pat Morita would be like almost 90 at this point. So I don't know what he would have been doing. If he was... So yeah. Pat
sitting.
Morita,
Heather said sitting.
Yeah, he probably been relaxing a little bit. It's just like, that's right, Dad. But Pat Morita, he had a very that was not his accent at all.
Oh,
And
I
remember,
know.
Pat Morita was in that movie with Jay Leno, where they were like cops. I forget what the name of it was.
Was Pat Morita on? Was he on Happy Days?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, he was on Happy Days as well. I thought so. Although I'm not a Happy Days fan, I just happen to remember that he was on there.
Happy Days is fantastic.
You're not a.
Do you like
you're
Happy
not a
Days?
Yes, I love Happy Days.
Do you really?
Yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Happy Days.
Well, I never said you had to sing the song, but I just want to know if you've seen it before.
So Chris is not a Happy Days stan, according to what the kids would say these days. But Heather is totally standing for the Fonz.
I don't know why.
It's so good.
I don't know why Cobra Kai doesn't. I don't know. I don't know why I don't love it more. It's like there's something wrong with me because as I'm reading
There's
through all
something
the
wrong with you.
Yeah, I think so. Because I read through all the posts and people are like, "Oh my god, it's so great! It's so much fun!" and this, that, and the other thing. And it's like I can't see it. It's almost like I'm colorblind to the show, and I just hate it. I feel like I'm just not enjoying it like I should.
It's
like there's
all right.
something
You
wrong.
don't have to. It's okay. It's okay, Chris.
Is there something wrong with me, Heather?
Do you really want to talk about this right here, right now?
Gastlecast poll. Is there something wrong with Chris?
I know
For,
Heather.
for yes, press 1.
I shouldn't have.
For no, press 2.
I should never ask Heather because I know for a fact it's going to be painful. Hello, Heather. Was the same as the one from New Year's Eve Live with Chris and Max? Oh, that's right. You were there. He would be going around saying mercy is for the weak, then honking their noses.
That was a great thing.
That was a great thing.
By the way, why didn't you do a Gastlecast countdown for New Year's Eve and like show that Ryan Seacrest how it's done?
See, I can't take his job. I feel like he'd be out of the job if it weren't for me.
Gastlecast, it's the Gassel New Year's celebration.
Oh, by the way, everybody's pushing the number 1. We do have one person who pushed number 2.
Well, Chris, the results are in.
The results are in.
And it's very troubling for you.
Wait, what are we doing? What's 1 and 2?
1 was, is there something wrong with Chris?
Oh.
1 was yes, and 2 was no.
Oh.
Thank
Got
you.
a lot of ones. And Daniel, I just want to say,
No,
Daniel, thank you.
Uh-uh.
No, Daniel's the man.
Daniel, it looks like you need to check your keyboard because you wrote 2, but I think that is wrong.
Chewy Hawk.
Well, 2 is the new 1. Honestly.
Chewy Hawk, I just want you to know I'm with you. He says he also can't get into Cobra Kai. Thank you.
Okay.
It is okay. I'm here for you, buddy. In a world of number 1s, I'll be your number 2.
So, you know what else is a number 2? The fact that it sucks that there's no Toy Fair in person this year.
Yeah. Well,
how's that for a segue?
You got to go last
That's a
year,
good
right?
segue.
I did get to go last year before the world shut down. It was amazing. And I was the week before I was in San Diego when the first patient was there. And then I went to New York, and then they were just like, crammed in everywhere. And they were just like, oh yeah, we had a case there too. And I was like, great, I guess I'll just stay home for the next 10 months. Is that cool? Yeah, cool, great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was there.
That was one thing I've always had. Do you remember Toy Fair magazine?
I do.
I loved Toy Fair magazine a lot, and of course that's no longer a thing. In fact, I was talking to somebody the other day. Was it here on the channel? I can't remember. But they would do these comic book things in the Toy Fair magazine with action figures.
Yes.
And they were
awesome.
so great. They were so great. And one of these days, I'd love to track down those books again so I can read through them. I remember reading one time. I laughed so hard that I almost pissed myself. I know I've never really read a magazine and laughed that hard in my life.
I think they put books out, like actual books of the collections of those. But those guys still owe me money because they took money for a subscription and then closed.
Oh,
like 2 weeks later. They charged me for 3 years of a subscription and then disappeared.
Oh.
And I was like, guys, what are you doing? Yeah, yes, Heather, you have a question.
It's funny. Heather is a part of a YouTube series or channel and also podcast, and she's raising her hand.
Well,
Yes,
nobody talks to me because you two always have too much to say, and I don't have enough to say, but I do have something to say, but it's not really my words.
I've got something to
Oh.
say.
I
So
want to hear from you, Heather.
thank you, Jason. I appreciate that. Chris never does. Jacques Morgan said that 2 is just 2 ones.
Oh,
That's
thank
also
you, Jacques.
I just
It's
wanted
true.
to let you know.
One of my good pals, ladies and gentlemen, Jacques Morgan.
He
Jacques,
also has a question.
Yeah.
He's asking, how is Fun Days progressing?
Fun Days or Fanatics Day Out
Fanatics Day Out.
Yeah, I think
for
Fanatics.
FDO? Well, for
Wait,
there's
yeah, Jacques,
obvious-
are you talking about FDO or Fun Days?
Let's just say FDO.
Yeah, let's say FDOs.
So for FDO,
Sounds like a cereal.
it's. I mean, we're there's a lot of discussions behind the scenes. Obviously, it doesn't look too good for the spring, but we're still. Some of us out there are still pushing to do something this year. The venue that I had booked is closing permanently, and
Oh man,
Martin's Eastwind called me up and they said that they are going to be closed. They were just like, so May 9th, does that still sound good to you? And I'm like, gosh, I don't even know. We had just secured that date just to get it, but she's like, yeah. So here's the thing, we're closing, and I'm like, oh, shoot.
jeez.
But
man.
we're gonna be moving it to one of the other places, and it's gonna be at the lower rate. So I'm pretty happy about that.
Nice.
So
So it'll be a higher price venue for a lower price.
for
Fine
those
by
who
me.
aren't aware of what FDO is, because we have a lot of people here in the chat.
Yes.
Can you explain what FDO is, just so everybody's aware of
is-
what it is?
Fanatics Day Out, which started way back in 2006, I believe, was the first one, or 2005. One of those 2 years, I don't know. But this year, it has grown since then. There were 3 cities. There was one in New York. There was one in Texas. And then there was another one in... I forget what the third one was. Isn't that bad of me? But there were 3 locations in in Minnesota. That was the 3. And my first FDO in New York, there were 3 people there.
Wow.
So the last FDO in New York, there was close to 100, and I had close to 100 in Baltimore. So it has grown exponentially, but it's put on by Fanatics for Fanatics. It's not Funko doesn't put this on. It's all done by fans for fans, and I had hosted back in the salad days when it was very, very lean, and I had like 12 people in my backyard, and that was like a big thing. I was like, wow, I got 12 people here, and this is something. I'm gonna better buy some extra hamburgers and hot dogs. And then last time we had 88 people. We were on pace to have close to 125 for the one that was supposed to happen last year.
Wow.
But all that other crap happened. But it's a big event. Funko a lot of times will send us like some prototypes and even like a special pop, or used to be a wobbler or a spastic plastic or some sort of item to commemorate the event for everyone who was going there. It just is like hey, here you go, guys. But we don't ever expect it to happen. We just kind of ask Funko, and sometimes they give us stuff. But it's not expected. So that's we always tell people. It's like, don't expect to get an exclusive because you're going to have a bad time. So just come out there to have it. And when we did it, when I hosted 2018 here in Baltimore, I mean, the things that people brought, like people were bringing prototypes, and someone had brought an original penguin, like things that were valuable.
Oh yeah.
And not just like, oh, here's a Buster Bluth from Arrested Development. It's no one wants. So here you go. So it's really cool. It was great. I was really like shocked at how well it went off, and the spirit of the old days of Funko and collecting and everything really shined through there with that event, and it got you guys hooked on it even further too, didn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah, it was awesome. We loved that that event. We still talk about that all the time. It was a lot of fun. It's always nice to be in a room with a bunch of people who like exactly the same kind of the thing that you like. It makes conversation definitely way easier that way, right?
Yeah.
but to swing back around the toy fair, so Funko Finders released this readout, which we talked a little bit about on our video on Friday, where we talked about Funko news. It says 2-week virtual event introduces new products for 2021 across vinyl, soda, Funko Games, Paka and Loungefly. The following licensors have confirmed their participation in Funko Fair. So not Toy Fair, Funko Fair.
Oh, yes.
Warner Brothers, including DC, the Pokemon Company International, NBC Universal, Five Nights at Freddy's, and many, many more. Additionally, there will be days designated for Disney, Marvel, and Star Wars branded products by Funko. Loungefly will also showcase their latest accessories. The fair kicks off the morning of January 19th with a new episode of Fun TV, which Jason knows very well. He's been on it. A monthly short-form production co-hosted by Brian Mariotti and Mike Becker. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like the fact that we're going to Funko. Let me rewind. Funko has done a really good job with giving us events. Even though things aren't happening in real life, at least we're getting things online. So meaning like the virtual Funko Con things or virtual cons or whatever, and they're selling their Funko Pops. To me, that just it still keeps the world kind of going around, right? If we didn't have those things, I feel like if we didn't have the con exclusives and stuff, things would be very boring very, very fast. And I'm glad that Funko does that for us. And the same thing with this fair. I think it's really cool that they're doing the fair. They're going to give us a bunch of previews of upcoming figures. And additionally, we're going to get a fun TV. There's just something really cool about Funko doing what they're doing right now.
Yeah, and the stuff that's going to come out of that's going to be fun too. I may or may not have heard it, but
well, good. Well, I mean, right. But I'm excited to see what they have to announce. Of course, I'm very excited to hear about Marvel related things. Now, seeing NBC on there basically tells me what? What do you think NBC could announce?
Boom, 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 boom.
That, and I thought also more Office Funko Pops.
I'm sure.
I have no idea what shows are on what networks. I'm not gonna lie.
You didn't realize that was on NBC? Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't pay attention to that because we haven't had cable in how long?
You know what was?
Heather's more of a CBS All Access girl.
Yeah.
Wait, that didn't sound right. I'm sorry.
She's an All Access girl. Five Nights at Freddy's being on the list, that shocked me big time because I remember they released a bunch of Five Nights at Freddy's Funko Pops that didn't seem to go over very well. I know there are collectors out there who like Five Nights at Freddy's, but more or less, it's always a running joke that nobody wants to pick up the chases and stuff like that for Five Nights at Freddy's. They're garbage. So it's funny that is actually pointed out on this. I don't know if you call this a release or what, or preview. Five Nights at Freddy's.
Well, Funko's like the only company that actually, they were like the first ones to produce any merchandise for it. And I believe they have the rights to do that. So I think they're the ones that get to put out all the, as my daughter called it, her friend got her into FNAF. And my wife goes, what? And I guess look up from dinner. I'm like, Five Nights at Freddy's. And she's like, what? I was like, oh, nothing. So yeah, but kids, it's still going on with the kids there. The kids, they like the Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, it seems very popular with kids. My nephew, who's a real little guy, was he like 4?
No, he's 5.
Was he 5? He's obsessed with Five Nights at Freddy's. Although he loves anything horror, but Five Nights at Freddy's is like his thing.
Yeah, it's a popular thing. It's popular with the kids there. Yeah, very popular with them.
Oh, Ryan's here, and he says Sydney loves Five Nights at Freddy's. Well, Sydney's along with my nephew. They both love the same stuff. And that's funny, on that topic, Ryan Thomas, a good friend of Gastlecast and, of course, of Jason, his kids love horror stuff. Very similar also to my nephew. They dress up as like Jason all the time. It's really cool household over there.
It's the best.
They dress up as me?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Well, that's not scary. Or is it?
Well, I don't know. It could be. I mean, what if they dressed as Count Jason? Count Jason was a little scary.
Count
He's a
Jason
little
was a little
spooky.
scary.
Sensei Jason could be intimidating.
Oh, that's right.
Sometimes intimidation is quiet. There you go.
Keegan McKinney.
Wait, what if you combined, real quick, Shrek Kai?
Ah.
Shrek! Shrek! That was from Morgan.
Kagan McKinney says, I heard that WandaVision comes out next week. It was also rumored that they will release 2 episodes next week and 1 episode each week to follow. Yes, that's true. I also read that. That's cool.
Earlier in the comments, Angle asked how I'm doing with The Office leaving Netflix. I'm doing fine. We bought it on Vudu for like $30.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
all
they had
9
that
seasons.
sale.
Yeah, I saw it on sale over Christmas, and I told her, I was like, I'm going to get this for you. That way you can watch them at your leisure. We don't have to worry about joining this NBC thing and all that.
You don't have to get some peacocks.
That's right. I don't need any more peacocks. Jason is like the Freddy Funko 2.0 with all these personalities.
But I keep them all contained. It's not like split or anything. I'm not going to...
Here's a question I don't think you're going to be able to ask, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Mike Vitrino answer. I'm sorry. Michael Vitrino says, question for Jason. Can we expect some NHL signature series in the future?
If we could find... It's all that stuff's just based on who's signing and if we can get enough pops to make it worthwhile.
Got it.
Yeah, because like we could get... If the only pop that they have is like a $300 pop, it's not going to happen. Like if we could get Rey Mysterio's autograph, for example, but we have no way of getting inexpensive Rey Mysterio pops in a way, it would make it, if it's like, oh yeah, we got a whole case of 7-Eleven Rey Mysterios. How much is a signature going to cost? $800. So there you go.
Right.
Yeah, it wouldn't be fun. But yeah, we're open to NHL. If you know any NHL players, send them along.
Dean Blockley says, Jason reminds me of Roger from American Dad with all these characters. I actually like the Marvel Legends TV show. I watched one about Wanda Maximoff, and it was cool. I mean, literally, Legends, it just gives you the backstory on the characters in the MCU. So it gives you the point where they entered the MCU up until where they are today. And it was neat. I mean, it was like an 8-minute episode sort of thing. Nothing mind-shattering. Miguel Vargas says, got my son a bunch of Toonie Terrors for Christmas. Those are super awesome. I really, really like those figures.
Yeah, those do look cool.
I think they're great. Australia, Dean Blockley says, Australia just got The Office on Netflix for some reason. That's interesting. How dare you? You stole it from us.
Yeah. They sure did. Someone said, Derek said that you can watch them, I think, for free on Peacock. I think, and I don't know if this is true because I haven't checked it out, but I read somewhere that you can only watch the first 2 seasons or something.
Yeah, because they want you to buy it. They have everything set up based on The Office. So you're correct, Heather.
Yeah. I saw that like for $4.99 you could watch, like get some sort of thing. But then for $9.99 I think it's ad free or something. They have like tiers. I don't know.
So like Hulu.
It's so confusing.
It's so stupid. With everything going this way, we all complained about how TV and Comcast, Verizon was getting so expensive, and now you have all these damn apps, and that's how you keep up with them. It's going to be ridiculous in the end. I guess you're just going to have to make your best choices when you're signing up for these things.
Yeah, just keep subscribing and unsubscribing.
That's right.
Like it's just like you wait till you have a bunch of stuff to watch on Hulu, and you have a few days, and you're just like, oh, you know what? We're gonna take Hulu for the day.
Just gonna blow through these.
Hey kids, it's Hulu month. Yay! All right, let's watch all their Hulu stuff.
Dean Blockley says,
Hey
go ahead.
kids, it's Peacock time. March is for the Peacock, baby.
Dean Blockley says, did they go into how she lost her Russian accent, referring to Wanda in WandaVision? They did not explain that in the little featurette. No. In fact, they don't explain anything. They literally cut pieces from the show and paste them all together. That is all it is. It's nothing, like I said, nothing earth-shattering.
That's silly.
But back to Toy Fair. because I don't want to stay on here too long. Maybe it's about 10 more minutes. Back to Toy Fair. So I'm really excited to see what previews we get. I really like when they do the previews. I like to see what they're going to do for the year, and figure out what I'm going to buy. I'm really looking forward to seeing what Marvel is going to come up with. However, I don't know what we're going to see as far as the film and TV show stuff, because we've already gotten WandaVision. We've already gotten Falcon and Winter Soldier. The Eternals, we haven't gotten anything from. We've gotten Black Widow already. And was it Shang-Chi? We haven't seen anything for. So maybe we'll see that. I don't know.
Well, you also got the Loki show.
And the Loki show, that's right, yeah. So maybe we'll see something from that.
I am still disappointed they didn't use the talk show format that I would have liked, but whatever. It's a golden opportunity. Whatever.
Ryan Thomas says, Jiminy Crickets.
Jiminy Christmas.
Tan Mom.
Jiminy.
Jiminy Crickets. Heather, what are you excited to hear revealed on Funko Fair? Is there anything that you'd like to see come out of Funko Fair?
Didn't they mention like TV or something on there?
They mentioned Pokemon International, NBC Universal, Disney, Marvel, Star Wars, all the normal crap.
Oh, I don't really care.
Nothing really stands out, something you'd like to see this year?
No, I mean, if they do like TV, I want to see Dexter, but that's about it.
You know what though? I really have a feeling. I don't think we'll see it this early because Dexter we haven't even seen a trailer for it. But I think that is definitely going to be something that releases this year, because I think they're releasing Dexter this year. Is it this year?
I think so.
This year or next year? Well, anyway, they'll have a Funko set based off of that, I'm sure, because I think fans have been begging for that for a long time. What I want, however, Transformers. I want more Transformers. I want a 6-inch Devastator.
Oh,
that's what I really want.
Devastating.
Well, doesn't that what all boys want?
That's right.
Wait, no, we're talking about Transformers.
No, a 10-inch Devastator is what you're talking about. I'm saying I want a 6-inch Devastator. I don't want it to be too big.
Yeah.
More Chrome Venom Pops, Chris? ? No, I don't want that. No Harry Potter Pops, Heather says, Angle?
Did they say that they're releasing Harry Potter?
Well, they say Warner Brothers, and I think that's who. I think that's what.
Okay, I mean,
well,
if they can come up with something cool and not another Harry Potter.
Okay, top Harry Potter character you want to get in Funko Pop form that we haven't gotten yet. I bet you don't.
Peter Pettigrew.
What the hell did you just say?
Peter Pettigrew.
What is Peter Pettigrew?
He's Ron's rat. Except he's a person.
I can't wrap my head around this series.
Oh my God.
I really, honest to God, I can't. I can't.
Well,
I swear, it sounds like anytime she talks about it, she's like boobity bobbity, and it's just totally making things up as she goes along. She goes, "Oh, it's his rat. It's his rat, but it's also a person."
He's
what
an
the?
Andy
The
Mag-
guy looks like a rat for real.
Yeah, because he lived as a rat, so he looks sort of like.
Oh
a
my
rat.
God! Look at that face. Show that to camera. Holy crap!
Did you just say show that to camera?
Show that to camera.
Show that
Look at
to
that
camera.
face.
I think it's great. I think that would make a great Funko Pop.
Okay.
Look.
Fair enough. He does look like a rat for real.
He's supposed to. He's
Dude's doing a
supposed
good
to
job
look
of it.
rat-like.
I want more G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe would be great also. Although I'm not collecting them, I just would like to see them. Chris the Venom Cox says Transformers Beast Wars. Yes, please.
What was his screen name?
Chris the Venom Cox. I think it's Chris Cox, in the middle is the Venom.
Okay. You didn't finish that word the first time, I don't think.
No, I dragged it on purpose. I was dragging it on purpose. Jake Carr says Harry Potter sucks.
Ooh.
Eric said that Peter exists, but not a good Peter. Okay, Chris, don't frickin' say anything.
What?
So
what am I going to say? I don't know what to say.
I said not a good Peter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we're done with phrasing on the Gastlecast.
That's right.
That's not a thing anymore. Okay, just checking.
Angela Harvey, yes, we do need a Grimlock. 100%. And they need to release Grimlock as the T-Rex, not as
Me
the...
Grimlock say, what the hey?
We always saw him in the T-Rex form. He walked around and talked that way. He would transform into his robot form, but it was very rare. I want him in the T-Rex form.
So here's the most brilliant idea, personally. Funko just should make the same ones over again, just in vehicle form. They did with the Cars Pops.
Yeah, I thought about that, but if they made them chases, that would have been kind of cool. But they still, I don't know. But I think the idea of the retro series is basically to make at least for Transformers, is just to make the robot versions. Like, I think Grimlock even would be a robot version. I don't think they would make him like the toy, because the toy version of the character looks much different than the cartoon version of the character. You know what I'm saying? They are going more for the toy version.
You know who did a really good job of the cartoon version? Sideshow. You've seen the Grimlock of Sideshow?
Hell yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh. The color, like the shading on it and everything.
Oh, it's so great. It's so damn great.
People are still arguing with me about Peter Pettigrew. Peter Pettigrew does not look like Peter Pettigrew in pop form. He looks like shit. He needs his little mouth teeth, and he needs to look like dirtier. So Peter
Pettigrew is a Funko Pop?
It doesn't exist, if you ask me. It's stupid.
Wait a minute. So you named a character that already exists?
Yes.
Look. But she just doesn't agree. She doesn't believe in the character.
Oh my God.
Does that look like him?
Yeah, sort of.
No, it does not.
Can you name a character that doesn't exist in Funko Pop form?
Xenophilius Lovegood. It's Luna Lovegood's father. I would like to see him, sort of, but like...
That's not even... You don't even want that. You're just making things up because you don't know what they make.
I do know what they make. I would like to see him, but like he's sort of just regular. Like... Yeah.
Is there a He-Man drop happening? There could be more MCU. There could be more MOTU stuff. Could be.
It has to be. There be 10 days of announcements, 2 weeks of announcements.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be Masters of the Universe.
But they would take typically 2 weeks to announce all of their stuff anyway between London and New York. They would just hit out like different updates, and that's probably what we're going to get with this.
God, 2 weeks of announcements. Can you imagine? It's going to be ridiculous.
Well, they can't do it in person.
No, but I know it's going to be a lot.
I am a fan of Fun TV personally. I'm a big fan of it.
Of course, you were in it. Of course, it's fantastic.
I was in the first one, and my face was there. The whole thing.
You look great.
Besides that, I like it. I'm a big fan of it. Whoa, Heather. I'm sorry.
Jeez.
I'm like my legs are falling asleep.
Jake
What's
said,
that got to do with the microphone, though?
Well, I was moving them around, and it caught the cord, and it's a mess.
Okay.
Dominic299 says, art series He-Man eventually. Yeah, that'll be released. They've already announced it, so that'll be released. Toy Fair is going to do... I don't know, Dominic, if that's what you're talking about or not, but just so people know, not Toy Fair, Funko Fair is going to be the preview of all the Funko Pops that'll be released in 2021, and so on. It could even be further out depending on their schedules.
Maybe even all the way out in 2022.
2022.
The year of the 2022.
Sorry. Okay. Sorry. I'm reading. What's I can watch Fun TV every week. Can you ask Jason if they'll make Chicken Little Pops? Jason,
I have
that?
no
You have
say
you have inside knowledge about the
I have no inside knowledge about Chicken Little Pops. I'm sorry.
Jason Funko, you need to let us know if they're making Chicken Little Funko Pops.
Yes, please. We need to know.
I will let you know as soon as I hear something on it. I will pass it along. But you'll probably hear it before I do.
Jade Carr says Blacklight Skeletor. I think they should just keep doing Blacklight Funko Pops. I'm sorry. I might be one of the people that love it so much that just wants everything in Blacklight at this point.
I just wanted to get the original set from Target, and I eventually got them all because they kept restocking. So I have them now.
Well, that's funny that you should say that. Can you hand me that bag around there?
Can you?
Would you mind grabbing it?
Yes,
I hand me that bag around.
Right, hold on.
What the hell? Why are you making me do
I'm not making you do
your
anything.
stuff?
You're just closer. You're closer.
I'm closer by like a foot.
He's like, we'll do it live. F it. F it. We'll do it live.
Unbelievable. Unfriggin' believable.
We'll do it live.
We'll do it live. So I went to Hot Topic on Friday. This is something completely different. I went to Hot Topic on Friday, and I had to pick up our Papa Emeritus. What is it, 4 now? Emeritus 4. So I went to get him, and while I was in Hot Topic, it's at the mall, the Marley Station Mall in Glen Burnie, Maryland. And this mall is like it's just like 2 steps away from being condemned. They're about to close the whole thing down. It's just a complete mess. But I went in there, and apparently no one goes into that Hot Topic store anymore. And they had several of the Blacklight Batman Funko Pops.
What?
So I grabbed a couple of them because I was going to help people in the Gastlecast We Hunt Together group in some way, shape, or form. Additionally, I was able to buy a Joker as well. So I have 2 Batmans and a Joker. I'm not going to sell them right now. I want you to be aware of that. And I'm not going to flip them either.
You should flip them.
But for now, my point that I was making with these is I would really like to help people a little. Maybe in a couple weeks, I'll put the word out there. I've been kind of waiting on it because there are a lot of chances to get them. And in fact, I wanted to hold on to them because they would also be good giveaway items. So if I really don't find people who need them like today and right now, you know,
I think you should have a fun contest.
I say, does this even? Yeah, it doesn't do that well on this camera. I hate this camera.
This camera's horrible. I don't know why you're trying.
Are you trying to say that camera's trash?
It's trash.
You should have a fun giveaway.
Yeah, I could do a giveaway with these. I think so.
Make it fun.
Fun giveaway.
For example, who could draw the best trash photo of you? You have to redraw you saying trash, but in the Fiverr way.
Or make me into the Fiverr way. Oh my God, me with a tie on and.
You're gonna need the Fiverr Chris.
Can you believe what they did to my damn character? It's unbelievable.
They looked like those what are those dolls called with the real teeth?
Oh,
You know what I'm talking?
Yeah.
Dolls with the real teeth? I have no idea.
Yes, they're like ugly dolls, but they're not, right?
Like Fugly or something?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Yes.
But what the hell are they called?
I think
Dolls?
I think that's what they're called. They're called Fugly something.
Fuglies.
Fuglies, yeah. My son wanted one. And I remember telling him, dude, you're going to get it home. And then we're going to end up
they're
trashing.
Fugglers.
Fugglers.
Yes.
What I'm going to end, J Car, I see you. I know you need them, but I'm holding them for right now. For right now, I'm holding on to them. I'm not trying to be mean, but I want to.
Look at you. It's like you get off from withholding.
Well, I'm thinking that Joker and Batman are going to be a pair that I do a giveaway with at some point. That's my plan. So, and then I might help one person with a Batman. I don't know. In fact, I didn't even think I was going to show him tonight. So Ghastly, we made a lot of headway this week. I kind of want to close out tonight by talking a little Ghastly. We made a lot of progress this week. I was really proud of it. The Ghastly figure himself, we came to a completion. He's completed now, at least the mold. So that was good. I was able to approve it. We're going to get it now in the process of being painted and making a bunch of them and all sorts of things. So we'll have more information about that very, very soon. We also received some special items in pin form that will also go along with these particular figures. And I shared the Ghastly art, the figure, with none other than Connor McConnell from Abominable Toys Chomp, because I wanted to know what he thought about it. And also I needed to talk to him about trademarking, because that was something I just know nothing about. And Connor actually was a very, very big help when it came to all that. And so was Josh from Barely Available.
Josh?
Or Jason, I'm
Why
sorry,
do you always
from Barely
like
Available.
call
I don't know
him
why.
every name
I always call him
besides
Josh. I don't know why.
Jason?
Jason from because we got a Jason right here.
He's
Jason
not
from,
the only Jason in the world.
but that's about the only Jason in my life right now.
Jason from Barely's in our
I know,
life.
I'm making a joke. Jason from Barely Available, we also reached out to him, and he helped us as well. And lastly, Heather reached out to Reese O'Brien and talked to him a little bit about trademark, because we wanted to make sure we were going down the right path, and I figured if we're going to ask the questions, we might as well ask the pros, and they all gave us brilliant answers. So needless to say, I went down one path of looking into LegalZoom to help us out with our trademarking. So that's kind of where we are right now. I have a meeting on Tuesday about it. But beyond that, we'll probably have to end up getting a lawyer, like a lawyer in place that we can use when other things come up. As far as trademarking different logos and what have you. I drew up what I want the box to look like. I'm giving you guys all the information I have on Ghastly right now. I'm not showing any pictures, though. I also came up with all of the artwork for the box.
You did. Oh, yeah, you did.
And I drew it up. And it looks like a 2-year-old drew it. And I handed it over to Heather's good friend, who has now become basically, and who has been, the Ghastly artist. And
we need to start giving her like a salary.
Well, I think what I'm going to do is try to pay her and get her on some sort of retainer, so that way we can have her help us at any time that we need it, because she is really good. And the new logos for Mischief Toys, which is what we're going to call our toy company, looks like just unreal. I mean, can we show them one?
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, can I show them the one without the Mischief Toys? Just the little logo. Do you think that would be okay? I mean, I want to tickle their ass a little bit.
I think you're jumping.
You
want to
tickle their ass,
in my opinion. But
let me tickle their ass
do
for a
what
second.
you want to do anyway. Whatever.
No, it's okay. I just want to show them one. I just want them to show them what she has done. She did a beautiful, brilliant job. That is going to be the new logo that we're going to be one of the new logos. She drew 3 total, this being one of the 3. That we'll be using on the Ghastly toy. And she's just brilliant. So if you notice by the photo, she made the mouth open so you can see him. He looks like he's smiling and he's sort of emoting, I guess. And that is really cool. In fact, that's the kind of artwork I want for when we make I want to make a little snippet cartoon sort of thing that we can share all over the place. We can share it on our social medias, on Instagram when we start the business. And that way people can kind of put I don't know, when you see a character like kind of living, I guess, and showing like his personality, sometimes that makes you like the character even more. And that's sort of what I want to do. I want to make people seeing this thing and loving the character and kind of connecting with him. So we'll be doing more along those lines. Is it legal, Derek says? Is it legal? I don't know. What's legal? I don't know what you mean.
Like the movie Legal Eagles or LegalZoom?
LegalZoom. Yeah.
Angle asked what the limit will be. So the first set of Ghastlies that we're making, it's going to be the common Ghastly, but we're doing something very special for the first set that is limited to 100 pieces. And then the second ones that we're going to be releasing, they're called the Initiation Ghastly, and those will be completely separate, and those are limited to only 50 pieces.
Yes.
Period.
In
like
fact,
forever.
Out of that 50, Heather and I will get one, Jacques Morgan will get one, and Jake Carr will get one out of the Initiation, and then the rest will be sold to the folks who have supported us this whole time. Yes, we are taking some from each batch because we haven't taken anything. I think I have one pin set. Everything else is gone, so I at least want something out of what we've been doing. And I might even hold on to one other Initiation for down the road from possible raffles for raising money and awareness and things. So we'll have to see about that. But we'll have a pretty good amount to go around. 100 of the regular Ghastlies, depending on how they sell, how well we do, we will probably more than likely be making a whole lot more. I have plans, things that I want to do. I'm starting the business at the end of this month. I have somebody. I've already talked to somebody about that. So things are really on a roll. I don't want to go too much further than that because I think it's going to be fun to blow your guys' minds. Since you have not seen what it looks like, I did share it with Connor just to give you an idea of his thoughts on it. And Connor said, I think in all caps, he said awesome and a bunch of exclamation points. So Connor, if Connor approved it, I think that's a pretty good sign. So that I'll leave you, as far as like what Ghastly looks like, I'll leave you with that. And I think I shared it with you also, Jason, right?
Yes.
Okay, I thought I did.
Yeah, and you could tell Ryan now that in addition to my Funko dong, I have a Ghastly dong.
Whoa.
Hey!
That I feel really weird in places.
Quiet!
In places.
Shrek! Quiet!
I think what I'm going to end up doing is making one huge Ghastly. I would like to have a really big Ghastly that we can sit here in a room. I don't know how much
What
that'll
the
cost us, but I
what
think
are
that would
you
be kind of cool.
What you should do.
So
is
here,
you
let me
should-
give you a reason why. Because if
Jason
we-
is
make a crow-
talking.
No, I was gonna say make a chrome one,
right.
and if you could, just make a chrome.
But the reason why I would do it is that when we go to do certain like events and things, we could take it with us, and he can be like kind of a centerpiece. Because there are a couple of different things I have as an idea of what we're going to do. We talked to our local toy store, All Time Toys, and they are actually going to let us boutique sort of the toy and do invites and have people there, especially when times are actually normal and there isn't a deadly virus going around. Maybe later in the year, if things get a little bit better, we'll do that thing. So I just have a lot of ideas, and as they come out, you slowly will learn more and more about them. As I mentioned from the beginning, I want our supporters, the folks who have purchased from us, know that things are happening. I don't want you to think that the money has been going to nowhere. It actually has been going to something that you guys have been helping me, the goal you've been helping me to reach. So we're getting there. We're so close right now. And I'm hoping to have the toy in hand, hopefully over the next couple months. I'm no promises, but I'm hoping.
Oh boy, this is exciting times.
Oh my God, yes.
I'm excited for you. Really am. Congratulations, guy.
I appreciate it, man.
And gal.
Yeah.
Well, thanks. I've done nothing besides ask my friend to
you've done a lot.
drawings.
No, you've done a lot. You've been very involved.
I've packed up a lot of pins.
You've been very involved.
There you go.
And my plan is and I don't know how Heather feels about it, but when we do start the company, Heather has been, she has a small job working from home that she does as well as taking care of my son. So working from home, she already kind of has her head wrapped around. I figured if we start this company, maybe she can start helping work on the company while she's at home. I think that's a good idea. It makes things so much easier on me because I got to be at work. I can't be here, unfortunately. I wish I could.
He didn't even ask me. He just expects me to do this.
No. I said if you wanted to do it. I said I haven't.
No. I didn't expect you. I just said if you would to keep living here.
Right, exactly.
This is what you gotta do.
In initiation, the Ghastly fraternity? No. So initiation is sort of like
he's making a joke, Chris. It's
no,
Zach
but just to
Bonifer.
explain it.
Oh my God!
Because
are we
no, hold on. The Chomp had what was the original Chomp called? It was called. It had a name to it. The gold one, the gold and white one.
I know what you're saying. I don't know
You
why
don't
you're
remember what it was
asking
called?
me.
No, you don't remember what it was called?
I don't have it.
So anyway, that particular Chomp had a name, and it was a very low number, and that's kind of the idea where I got the idea. I thought it would be cool
Like
to
the
hook
Founders?
Yes, Founders. Thank you, Founders. Jesus, I couldn't remember, but it's almost like the Founders edition of our Ghastly. I thought that would be cool. Thank you, Jason.
Are you gonna sign them?
Whoever wants us to sign them,
You should sign the back of the box
I
or the front of the box.
I think we're gonna sign the first 100 and the founders.
absolutely, yeah. And then whoever henceforth wants us to sign, we will totally sign it. There's no limit unless it gets so out of control and we have so many coming in. It'll be a case by case basis.
It's the Ghastly Signature Series.
That's right, Gas. Hey, there you go. But the box.
I hope we get a video for that from Sensei Jason.
Ooh.
Quiet!
The box though, the box I drew up, I am super. I don't know. I might be more excited about the box than I am the toy itself, actually, because the box is something that one
Did
night.
we even give her the name?
The name of
The toy.
she knew from before, but I didn't ask her to put the name of him. I didn't ask her to put his name anywhere yet. But maybe we can send it to her.
Okay.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I forgot about that because the back of the box will have more of the company name and logo. But anyway, this is still ongoing. We're still trying to figure everything out. It's just it's a lot of stuff, a lot of time and effort being put into this, and something I never thought I'd do. I never thought I'd be in this position, but I'm really excited about it, and I can't wait to see where it goes.
A lot of ins, a lot of outs, a lot of what have yous.
A lot of that.
A lot of that.
Sounds dirty, but I like it.
Ins and outs.
Ins and outs, baby. Okay. Listen, what can I tell you? We've talked for what, an hour?
Like
about
an
an hour
hour
and
and a
15. Heather's gonna kill me. We're gonna be playing Call of Duty Zombies here in a second. I hope.
No,
really want to
it's
play.
10 o'clock.
You said duty.
Duty.
What would shipping be to other countries? I don't know. I don't even know what shipping is going to be to the U.S. Maybe, I don't know.
Shipping to other countries.
Whatever calculated shipping would be.
Yeah, it'll depend on the weight and the box size. And of course, at this point in time, I don't necessarily have a box size. We're kind of designing the box off of a faux box size that I came up with that I think it's going to be. So we'll have to see. I got to look at the legalities of how we sell to outside the country. I don't know much about that either because this is something now we're doing all under a legal umbrella. So we'll have to see how all this plays out. But one way or the other, we will figure it out and we'll get there. Do we have Twitch? No, we do not have Twitch. Unfortunately, we don't really use that.
Can I tell you something before
Sure.
we close this out? And
Absolutely.
I would like to close this out, please.
Sure.
I just want to note that whenever Chris has answers a question, he doesn't have like a really simple answer. Everyone bitches about how long my stories take, but your freaking answers go on for like 10 minutes. It's crazy. It's crazy. What could have been...
Chris, what would you like for dinner? I would like a cheeseburger, but here's the thing about cheeseburgers. Have you ever noticed that like sometimes when you get a cheeseburger and you don't cook it right? Well, I want mine cooked right all the time. I don't know if you know this or not, but yeah, it's what I did one time. One time I had a cheeseburger. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, he just doesn't... He could have just said, I don't know yet. We'll calculate it. And that's it. But then he has to go into everything else, and it's just like, why?
I'm just giving a readout of
You're
where my
giving
mind is
a
with this.
novel, a freaking novel, and we don't
Okay,
need
I'm
that.
passionate about this. Leave me alone.
And then I'll add it, and I'm like, when I went to the second Fun Days, I had a cheeseburger out there too. And Mike Becker commented on it.
Heather,
Anyway.
can you give us the top 5 Funko Pops that you want that have already been created? Go ahead.
I don't understand your question.
Because earlier you mentioned you want a Funko Pop that's already been done.
No,
I really
I want
hope-
it done
I want
well,
them-
though.
Oh my god.
No, look, I want them to make a blueberry soda, an Edgar Allan Poe holding a skull, an Edgar Allan Poe holding a raven.
I
a
want the skull
Noodles,
one.
but with a chicken. I want a Roodles. And you know what? It would be really nice if they made a Snake Plissken from Escape from New York.
You know what? I've been
So
asking
there's
for
my
that
top
forever.
5.
I just want a blacklight Batman and maybe even a Joker. That'd be kind of cool.
Or what about like Handmade by Robots, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man? I don't know.
I'm going to be honest with you. Nothing's going to stop Heather from driving over to your house and beating you over the head with one of those things. Heather's going to lose her mind here in a second.
But she'll
first,
feel good, but it'll work out because I have a really good Indian restaurant up the street, up the road
Yeah,
here.
after I beat the crap out of him, we can go and have some tikka masala. It'll be
No,
great.
I have a coupon for there that I have to use yet. So
Oh, I like coupons.
tikka masala.
We have a really crappy Indian place up the road from us, and we tried it once. It was like okay, but this second time it was bad, and I can only describe it as Chef Boyardee.
Yeah, it was terrible.
It literally tastes like it came from a can, and it's very Americanized, I guess. I don't know. I'm not like Indian food. I've only been eating for like a month, so I don't know much about it. But all I know is it tasted horrible.
yeah,
and-
it shouldn't taste horrible.
No, and then we went to another place because I wanted to find a place closer to home because the place that we really like is about 25 minutes away. and in like sort of a sketchy area, and I'd rather not make the trip out there, but like it's so good I'm willing to, but also I'm sort of not. I don't know. So we tried another place that's about 10 minutes away, and it wasn't much better. And the worst thing is that you can taste that it's like fried, but like Chinese food fried. Like you can taste the oil in it. And it just really upset me. So now if we want Indian food, we have to drive 25 freaking minutes because I'm not eating from one of those places again. And I'm really upset about it.
I tell you, just take a little trip up this way. We could hang outside and freeze. And you could have some really good Indian food.
Yeah, I like that.
The Indian food we get that's further away from us is really, really good. In fact, I had it. That was my first experience of Indian food, and then we got it at this other place closer to our home, and it was just horrible. I told Heather, let's never do this again. Well, we did it again, and it was worse the second time. So never, ever, ever again will we do that.
Come over here.
We'll
I'll order for you. It'll be great.
Oh, he's going to order for us.
Yeah, Mark Vidrero said that all Indian food is horrible. My wife says it's not, but she is always wrong. Well, Mark, she's also the eye behind the photo that won you Funko Photo a Day. So would you really say that she's wrong?
There's also, that starts tomorrow.
So that's right. Funko Photo a Day tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I don't know where my pops are.
Oh.
What do you mean?
I don't know where my pops are.
You had a big box of them.
I don't know where they're at.
Oh, my God.
I know where my NECA figures are.
Well, they're not having a NECA figure a day.
Remember last time you were fighting with Mark's wife about math? Now you're fighting with Mark about Indian food?
Yeah, well, he's putting Liz down, and I think Liz is great. She just doesn't like that I don't like math, and I respect that. But the new math is horrible. No.
Oh, I said meth. I mean, meth is pretty bad, but I never heard any pro meth stances. But
we were talking about how I had to do like a Zoom call with Max's teacher because I still am having a really hard time with the way that they do math. And like, because I'm home with him, I'm trying really hard to help him with everything. And I'm really good at helping him with the English stuff. And I can tell him whether his math is right or wrong. But when he shows me how he's doing it, I'm just like my brain hurts because I don't understand how they are teaching the kids. So I had to do this whole Zoom call and learn math. It was ridiculous. And Mark's wife is a teacher, and she was arguing with me because I said I didn't like math. And it's not that I don't respect teachers and the hard work they're doing, Liz. It's because I don't understand it.
I love how you're so defensive over your math comments.
I mean, it's very clear. 2 + 2 = 5. I'm just trying to tell you that's exactly the way it is. But I'm a very big math fan myself.
Right.
I do crystal math.
Crystal math. What the F is Chris trying to glow? I was glowing the black light Batman sitting next to me. I wanted to see what it was doing over there. I hadn't looked at it yet. What are you doing?
Well, this was fun. Thanks for having me.
Of course. It was beautiful. We'll do it again. It would have been
more fun if Chris would stop talking once in a while, but
I tell you what, next week we'll get Indian food and eat it on screen.
Hey, that would be great.
Oh my gosh, I would love that. But the problem is I'm like I don't like to eat in front of people, so I'll do it ahead of time.
But you're not eating in front of people.
Yeah, Jason witnessed that. I actually had a very important meeting with Jason one time, and it was at a food place, and I forgot to mention that I'm really bad at eating in front of people.
And she's like talking, and I'm just like, you didn't like touch your salad. Was it all right? She's like, I'm fine. I'll eat it in the car. I'm like, but you can eat it in here?
Yeah.
And then they shut down restaurants on Sunday, that following Sunday.
Yeah. It was really, they probably shut down restaurants because of me.
Because of Heather.
They were just like, you know what? If this is people are going to be eating here, what's the point? I'm out.
We ate at a cheesesteak place called Jim's one time in Philly, and it was Heather, myself, and our friends.
What are you?
And we sat there and ate, and it took Heather like an hour, maybe more, to eat only half of her steak sub, and then you ended up taking the rest with you.
Yeah, and I ate the rest in the in our room that we got a bed and breakfast. But the problem with that is that by the time we got back to the bed and breakfast, Chris had after Jim's, we went and got frozen yogurt, probably a bad idea. And then after frozen yogurt, we went to a German beer place, and Chris was getting these big German beers, and I don't know, like the combination of German beers, froyo, and cheesesteaks. I have never smelled a fart so bad. I am not kidding. Sorry, I'm going on, and this is a long story.
I shit a lot in that place. And it was a bed and breakfast, so everybody shared the same bathroom. I was shitting up a storm.
So you walked in, there was a bathroom right there and a shared little kitchen. And then we had a room and another couple had a room at the end of the hall. And we never saw these people, thank God, because they would have judged the hell out of us. But Chris, I'm telling you, he farted all night long. It was so bad I couldn't sleep. I got up the next morning. I took a shower. I came back into the room. I'm telling you, Jason, the room still smelled like his farts.
I was doing shit farts where it wasn't shit. It was just smelled like shit.
I asked him, I said...
The bowel breaker or the bowl breaker.
I said, Chris, have you farted? He said, I haven't farted since last night.
it was thick in the air.
That was like 3 years ago. That room probably still smells like his fart. No, that room probably doesn't exist anymore because they had to tear the whole place down because his fart seeped into the wall.
The good news is, though, if you breathe in that fart, you can't get COVID, so you're good.
Okay.
Hey, there you go. Look at that.
Immunity.
Mr. Brainchild 76 says Jim's on South Street. Yeah, they're okay. Yeah, I like them. I like Jim's.
Is the best.
Jim's is the best.
Cheesesteaks in Philly, and we have gone to Philly numerous times. We've gotten cheesesteaks from everywhere.
Not everywhere.
Most places, a lot of places.
Pat's isn't bad.
I did not like Pat's. I didn't like Pat's.
Jim's is really good though.
Pat's was disgusting. I didn't like. They use like canned peppers. I think the peppers that they use have a very weird flavor and texture. I didn't like it. I like me a fresh pepper.
You like me a fresh pepper.
Yeah, I like me a fresh pepper.
She complained. Zach Bonifer just messaged us and says she complains but keeps telling stories to keep the stream going on.
Yeah, well, that's because what I have to say is interesting and what Chris has to say.
I've got something to say. All right. Well, Jason, we'll see you next time, buddy. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome, and stay tuned because we have some exciting things to announce this week.
Ooh, so keep your eyes out for $7 a pop, baby.
Yeah, keep your eyes and banana peeled.
Ooh, it sounds dirty. I'm liking it.
Making stuff up, baby.
Yes. All right, guys. Well, it's that time again. Remember, as always, we are together, yes. We'll catch you next time.
Bye.